Welcome to WhoDooTV Live 2018, the first show of the year. What's going on, Jared?
Oh, not much. So excited to turn a new leaf this year. Man, it's big stuff. How are you doing?
Nice. Man, I actually don't. We're doing this remote show today, and you know, you're at your house, I'm at mine, and we're going from there.
Yep.
But
Man,
way to start 2018, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. But you know, we've got a ton of. I was looking through news. It was really tough to find some like good news coming out this week, because it was pretty much everything was like the rankings of the 2017 publishing year.
Right.
Everybody had one, and it's crazy. It was I don't know, it was like slogging through everybody's lists and stuff. I mean, there were some good lists out there, and there were some really crap ones too.
There was some really crappy ones, some that shouldn't be noted, and some of them that just bashed on the comic industry altogether, which is ridiculous. So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm not even going to mention where that's from, dude, but I know Dinesh tweeted about it. Don't go click on it. I think you said it offline. It doesn't deserve the traffic.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you guys. I mean, everyone's probably heard about it. I'll tell the name. Just, I want to ask everybody who is watching us right now, don't go give them the traffic, because this was just an attack on the industry for whatever reason. Who knows what their purpose was on this? But it was Vice. Vice put out their top 10 list of comics for 2017, and really they came out and started immediately and just said, we couldn't put together a top 10 list because there weren't 10 good titles that came out this year. And so that sucks. Like that makes no sense whatsoever. DC had a stellar year. Valiant had an amazing year, and Marvel was putting out some pretty good stuff. I mean, Daredevil was really good, not to mention stuff on Image. I just feel like 2017 was a rocking year, and
Boom even had like 3 really good books this year too that could have been on anybody's top 10.
Yeah.
I think the thing that Vice was missing was a writer. Article. I mean,
yeah.
Everybody read it. So yeah. I think it was a pretty lame excuse for somebody who was lazy and didn't read all their books.
Yep. And all the titles that they put there, they had maybe 6, because once it got to 7, 8, 9, 10, they said couldn't find any more, and they were all Fantagraphic titles with a couple other publishers sprinkled in. But it's kind of weird, it's kind of, I don't know, it's like, what's the reasoning for that? Who knows? But yeah, DC Fans United says Mr. Miracle 1 through 5 is 5 books for a top 10 right there. I mean, yeah, that book has been getting praise after praise after praise.
Yep. If you were to go after that one, I mean, there's, like you said, there's 5 issues right there. I mean, gosh, I could, I think there was some really good books this year, to be honest. We talked about it last week. I mean, we mentioned Extremity, Royal City, Secret Weapons, Exo, gosh, keep going on and on, right? I mean, there was some really good books that it would be easy to mention 10. So,
yeah. Just feel like they didn't even read at all in 2017. That's my working theory right now, is they had this on their desk for a year and they procrastinated.
Sometimes I like those top 10 lists. I don't obviously necessarily take them as, take them for what they're worth, but as just a reading list, stuff to look into. I probably will read Mr. Miracle now that I've seen that. Last year, that's what got me to start reading. What is the Danini book? A Real Dark Night, Danini. That story that was last year. That was amazing. Visions. There was a number of stories last year that got me to read that. So I think it's pretty cool that those are around. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, yeah, I wish they put an effort in, but. Yep. We're going to move on from that because they suck, and 2018 is going to be an amazing year. I did hear, I was kind of just searching through some headlines before the show, and I ran across one. I think it was on Bleeding Cool that in 2018, it sounds like publishers are going to be putting out even more issues this year. So it's going to be a great year for comic books. I mean, just get in it, start putting some stuff on your pull list, because it's just going to get better and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I hate to even be mentioning Bleeding Cool, but they posted a pretty cool article about a comic book shop in I believe it's Chicago, that they were like, $2,000 in the hole from Marvel sales this year. That Marvel pretty much took them in. For a comic store, that's quite a bit. And it looks like the difference was made up by DC, but Marvel really kind of hurt the business last year, it looked like. So
yeah, there was some shady business practices, not necessarily, illegal stuff, but just stuff that you kind of look at like, why would you do it that way? So that's kind of a bummer. But thankfully DC is able to, keep them afloat. That's the one thing I hate saying is when, local comic book stores have to close shop because, they're not getting people in, or because, I mean, with the Marvel case, they're being forced to carry titles that don't speak to the demographic that they know they can sell to. So it's kind of a bummer,
Yep. And I spoke off. DC Fans United lets me know 21,000.
Wow.
So that's a big, big cut to the bottom dollar. So hopefully they fix it with this legacy and maybe, figure something out there. So, I mean, they lost a lot of people there. I mean, they lost Brian Michael Bendis this year. And so that's going to hurt. And hopefully they can right the train, right? I mean, they have Donny Cates.
Yeah, I'm for Thanos.
You know what I'm doing right now, right?
Yeah.
They have one of the biggest new names in comics right now doing some of their books. And I believe Lemire's doing another one of theirs as well. Which one is he doing that's coming up? Somebody, what's that Lemire book that he's doing that's coming out really soon? But you had some stuff on Donny Cates and Thanos.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, he is killing the industry right now, and everyone's loving Thanos except for number 14 that came out. People are kind of laughing at. Well, Donny Cates, he's leaving a mark. He's leaving a mark on Thanos. He's got this awesome title, especially with Avengers Infinity Wars coming out real soon. Like, Thanos is going to be huge. They've given him this big platform. And so you'd want to leave your mark, right? So he has given Thanos a birth name. And a lot of people don't like it. And I'll agree, it's a little silly. And not one time had I ever thought, I wonder what Thanos' name is, other than thinking it was Thanos.
That's hilarious. But, I was thinking, like, if you got a comic book and you were into it, like, somehow you'd want to make sure you left your fingerprint, right? Somewhere, right? Put your mark on it somehow. And so it's kind of cool that he did that. But whatever you think of the name, that's who cares? But it is kind of interesting to think about that he did put his mark on it in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the name on the show in case that's considered a spoiler for anyone who is not there yet. But if you care, definitely go in and look that up. You can easily find it all over Twitter. It's crazy. I want to Lethal Lightning. Looks like that's our buddy Strike Raid Union, who has a new channel. So he mentioned that Marvel really only cares about the MCU, and I am so glad someone else is seeing that other than us here. It seems to be they are putting out comic books that are more focused on what is going on in the movies rather than I don't know, actually coming up with stories to maybe drive more movies out there. And so, anyways, I just wanted to acknowledge that. Thanks for that awesome comment there. That's good stuff.
All right. And then we got books that we read last week. What did you like? What did you get?
Yeah. I really only read the Valiant titles last week. So that was
Exo and Eternity.
Thank you. Yeah, man. These holiday weeks, they really screw me up. Yeah, I thought both were pretty interesting. Eternity rocked.
Yeah, dude.
That one just keeps rolling, and it's amazing. EXO was interesting. Kind of a side story of the bounty hunters and stuff. So it's good stuff. You know, it's definitely leading in a good direction, and I can't wait for 11 to get back to Arik and how he handles these types of folks. But yeah, what'd you think? Where are you at?
I was those two as well. I've been doing a lot of reading to kind of get caught up for Harbinger Wars Harbinger Wars 2 that came out. So I did do my Harbinger Wars 2 Zero issue. I did read that, and that was pretty awesome.
Oh man.
What Matt Kent and Thomas Giorello did in the first part of it, and then what the Secret Weapons team did in the second part, it was pretty good, man. I think it's gonna be a pretty cool story. I think we're gonna be in for a treat when it comes to Harbinger Wars 2. And I also did, like I said, some back issues reading, making sure just with everything Harbinger in that world, and getting caught up with Imperium. So I did a lot of back issue reading with Imperium this week, and I'm ready for it. So yeah,
that's awesome, dude. I gotta borrow that Zero issue from you. Fortunately,
it's going to be very, very gentle with it.
Yes, of course.
They're already going for like $60 online, dude.
Well, the thing is, you had to like jump on the train, and I think the coupon system started before I got into Valiant, so unfortunately, I missed the moment to get into it. But that's okay. I'm just gonna steal yours and sell it on eBay for $60. So
yeah, fight time. Going down, man. Try taking that. I gotta own every Harbinger book. I'm sorry, man. That's my deal.
No, I get it. I get it.
But yeah, that's kind of what I did as far as reading wise this last week. And I'm sorry, DC Fans United, I didn't get into X-Men Gold or that's Marvel. Didn't get into.
I think he's asking Danny Millhouse
which
X-Men titles are solid there.
Yeah, so, which ones have been solid, but which ones have been canceled? Okay, I get it there. Just read above it.
Yeah.
The way that works. Okay. So one of the books you're getting this week. What do you got? What are you getting this week?
Yeah, man, there's some good stuff actually this week. I'm excited about Image. This is one of those. It seems like all the titles I really love in Image come out on the same week, so it's fun.
Nice.
I definitely want to start off. Daniel Warren Johnson. Let's do Extremity number 10 comes out this week, which I'm super excited about because that's an awesome story and it's killer, and I think everybody should be reading that one.
That's one that should be on most people's top 10 list. Yep.
Yeah. What about you?
Since you called out Image, I'm going to call out one that I've enjoyed, and it's the trade. So if you're trade waiting, it's one of those ones you're going to want to pick up. It is Elsewhere, Volume 1. A really cool Elseworld story that basically tries to figure out the what if with some people that have been missing throughout history. So Amelia Earhart is one of them. D.B. Cooper's another one. And they're into another world. So it's a pretty cool story, cool art. It's a fun read. So totally. That trade is coming out this week.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, everybody, those of you who are watching us right now, put what you're pulling in the live chat right there. We'd love to, see what you guys are pulling this week as well. And anyone who's reading afterwards, if you got a good pull list, anything that you think we should be reading ourselves, stuff that came out this week that we're gonna miss, put that in the comments because we're all about reading more comics. That's what I'm about.
And they got some good stuff going on in that comic box. Lethal Lightning Strike Raid Union says he would think that Doomsday Clock number 2 is better than number 1, and it seems to be agreed by DC Fans United and Danny. So. Doomsday Clock probably would have been on a lot of people's top 10 list if it wouldn't have been at the very end of the year.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, DC is really writing the book on how to have a renaissance. Really, they're killing it.
Yep.
I've got another Image title I want to call out that I'll be picking up is #1 with a bullet, #3.
Boom.
This is a surreal story. Again, I've sort of said it's like almost like a Black Mirror episode about how technology can kind of ruin your life if you let it. So it's awesome, and it's this weird mystery. In the last issue, you saw some guy in her closet that she didn't notice till later, so it's really weird and freaky, and I can't wait to see where this goes.
Nice. Here's one that I'm going to call out that I haven't DW titles, but it is Star Wars Forces of Destiny Leia. I have not read this. I'm probably, we'll wait on this book till later, but it's one that I wanted to call out. IDW doing a Star Wars book, which is, again, weird that Marvel's not wanting to do it because they don't want to mess it up. And so they let good things about what IDW has done with Star Wars titles. And this one looks more of like a younger read, but definitely looks pretty cool. It has Princess Leia, Rey, bunch of different characters in it. Yeah, that's one to call out.
Yeah, I think that's a one shot, I think, right?
Good question. I believe, it is mentioned as a #1. It doesn't say one out of anything that I have here. So
yeah. Well, we've got looks like Danny Milhouse is calling out Green Lanterns #38, Superman 38, Birthright 29, Paper Girls 19, and Walking Dead 175. Man, that's a good list. I think it's crazy that DC is already like nearing 40 issues on this this Rebirth launch. It's good stuff.
Right, and eventually that Rebirth's kind of going to fade away, right? Because you can't continue having it 5 years down the road. So I think they started changing the books finally, right?
Well, at least the banner, the Rebirth banner,
Right.
It's now the Rebirth banner's off of them. It's now their new corner boxes, which are awesome. I really like those things. So maybe they're just, maybe you're right. Maybe it's they've shed the Rebirth title. Okay, yeah, Lethal Lightning just confirmed that. It's not called Rebirth anymore. It is it's a new thing. So yeah.
Cool.
But they're keeping the same numbering, which is great. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for not going back to #1s.
You got to get Action Comics and Detective Comics. They got to hit that 1,000 mark, man. It's coming soon. That'll be such a cool mile marker in comics when that happens.
It is so close. I think it's what, 998 is Action Comics right now?
Yeah, it's pretty dang close. I know it's not far away. Detective Comics is probably a year or two away, but it's around the corner. So
it's great. Amazing.
Nice. What else you got?
Yeah, I wanted to also call out another Image title. And this one is actually kind of a different one. Scales and Scoundrels #5. I've been reading this one. I decided to start just getting caught up on that one. I've been calling it out for a while because I like the concept. So I finally sat down and read them all, and it's actually a lot of fun. It definitely almost reads like almost a D&D adventure if you wanted that, some sort of like light thing. It feels like it's written by a bunch of people getting together and just kind of playing a game. But the characters are great. They're a lot of fun. The art is different and really engaging, and I appreciate it. It's a good book. So I'm really liking this one a lot. So I'm calling out Scales and Scoundrels #5.
Nice. Artist who did Shirtless Bear Fighter, I believe. One of them, or writer, I'm sorry.
Yes.
There's some correlation. I believe it's a writer. And that Shirtless Bear Fighter is awesome. So that make me want to just read that just for that reason. There is DC call out. I know I think you have one too.
I do.
There's one I know. And I was going to call out Batman and the Signal #1 of 3. So we are getting the Signal with Batman. So continuing on the Metal series, it is another throw off of Metal, and it is pretty awesome. So it is Gotham's newest protector.
For our people who are caught up with DC here, I kind of put down Batman for a bit. I was kind of, I don't know, having trouble with Tom King around number 15. But I should pick it up again. Apparently it's just amazing. But at the time, there's that guy Duke. So for those guys, for all of you who are into DC, who have been following like right up to the all the details and everything, is the Signal Duke? Is that character? Please let me know there. I'm pretty interested.
Yeah, it is. It's Duke Thomas.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's who I thought it was. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. It's cool that he's got a name now. Yeah. You said I got a DC title, and I definitely do. It's Batman White Knight #4, which has been a sweet story. Really cool take on Batman and the Joker and their relationship. Really, really interesting stuff.
Awesome. You know what? There's a title I didn't pull. I'm seeing it here right now, and I kind of wish I would have pulled it 2 months ago, but it's the Jetsons.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Jetsons. That just brings me back to childhood when you think about George Jetson and his wife, Judy, and his boy, Elroy. You know what I mean? And it just, I love the Jetsons. Such a cool story from back then. And, I kind of wish I'd be pulling that and the Flintstones. So, but yeah, that's a call out. Jetsons #3 is out this week.
That's a good one right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come back to Image, excuse me, real quick. And I want to call it Rock Candy Mountain #7. So this is the second to last new book for this series. Kind of a fun series, really cool. I'm enjoying that one. So, nearing the end there.
And everybody's agreeing Metal is killing it. But yeah, Rock Candy Mountain, that story and that mindset is just freaking, I still can't get over it. I think it's so funny. I think it's one of our first shows we did where we talked about hobo fights.
Yeah, it was.
Rock Candy Mountain. And like that concept. And I think the trades recently came out, the first one, and they're going to be a 2-part trade, or is it going to be one big one?
I think it's going to be a 2-part trade. I think there is one out right now.
So that is one I'm looking forward to getting some trade waiting on it. Should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything else on your end?
Oh, I've got one more before we get to our Valiant titles or title. But I'll mention X-Men Grand Design #2 is out this week. And so that's the Ed Piskor. He's the guy who did the Hip Hop Family Tree stuff. I mentioned this a couple weeks back. So he's putting together the story of where the X-Men are at, and it's kind of chronicling like all the key points. And I think this is a perfect thing. I think it's pretty much setting it up for the whole Phoenix storyline and stuff coming up. But I mean, it's getting everything ready. I think if you want to get into X-Men, some people in our live chat have been talking about how X-Men's been like solid for Marvel, and it has. So if that gets you excited and you just don't know where to start, because X-Men has so much baggage, so much stuff to follow and catch up on. I mean, you could read Wikipedia articles or X-Men wikis like for months before you feel like you get a grasp. I think this is a good spot to hop on because this guy's kind of putting together this chronicle really of what has happened. I think that's genius. I think it's awesome and good stuff. So yeah.
One title that I don't know why I overlooked, and it's my favorite X-Men, that you say X-Men, is Gambit. So there's Rose and Gambit #1.
Yeah, that's right.
5-part book. But yes, to continue on X-Men, there we go. Rose and Gambit #1 is another good point. And I think that's another good jump into Rise of the Black Panther #1. So yes. It's another one. So another short series.
That's Ta-Nehisi Coates, right?
I know Still Freeze is doing the art, or at least he did the cover. Yes, it is Coates. Yep. So
okay.
Oh, and the cover is just so freaking awesome. Man, Still Freeze does great covers.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And then I think we're back at 1, right?
Yep. I am for sure.
Did you get a chance to take a look at it?
I did, yeah.
It was pretty awesome. And the book we're talking about is Secret Weapons Zero. This is the first Zero of Secret Weapons. There'll be a Secret Weapons Zero again later on.
Yeah, like 00, I think.
Yeah, or Owen story number 0 or something like that. But this book was freaking great. The way they did it was awesome. It's all Nikki's story. It starts 1 year of before she's activated till it leads up to right when Secret Weapons starts. It's a perfect Zero for that. And it does talk about her activation and how she came to her powers. And I freaking loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was great too. I think he captured being a teenager really well. Just Nikki trying to fit in, trying to know her place, having a boyfriend, but also like wanting to be about something bigger. And that's just kind of what tumbles her into the whole Harbinger situation. So yeah, really cool perspective. Really fast. You're not gonna, I mean, each panel is a different setting. I think Eric Heiser said there's like 70 or 62 settings or something like that in this book that he had the artists have to draw and color and all that stuff. So he said, I'm so thankful to have this awesome team because they put up with the fact that there's so much to draw. But
yeah, that is pretty amazing to be drawing the same character panel after panel after panel after panel after panel. I believe there's 5 or 6 panels in each page, and they're all the same size. And so every single panel was that same like inch by whatever the comic book width is. And, you know, it's just all her. And so, yeah, that is pretty impressive. And it was done pretty awesome. So, yeah, I love the story. And we also, with that Harbinger Wars 0 issue that they sent out, we get a kind of a 0 issue as well of another character that was in the Willows we didn't really know about at Secret Weapons. And that one's going to be pretty cool. I think we'll have to do a little review on that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, I can't wait for – I want an Avi 0 as well, like you just said there on that. And looking forward to the Owen 0. So.
Yep, totally. It's good stuff. I really –
Yep.
I really hope we do see more of them. I'm sure we will in Harbinger Wars 2, but yeah, I hope we just get, I don't know, just more of them. They're great characters. They're well written, just kind of popped into the universe out of nowhere, but they feel like they fit so well into it. So it's cool stuff.
And they're going to be a big impact for Harbinger Wars 2, the whole Harbinger Wars 2, considering that Raul Allen, Patricia Martin, and Eric Heiser writing are doing half of each of the 40-page books. So they're basically doing half of Harbinger Wars, really. And that's pretty awesome, dude. So them and Matt Kent and Thomas Giarello. So
yeah, that's good stuff.
It's going to be a pretty cool event. I'm excited for it. So
totally.
That's all I got today, dude.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of yeah, pretty optimistic about the new year. Looking forward to what comics are to bring to our table. It's gonna be good stuff. I think 2018 is gonna be something special.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some really good books out this year, and I can't wait. I mean, Valiant, as far as Valiant goes, it's going to be great. I am optimistic we're going to see Ninjak versus Valiant Universe in the next couple weeks is my hope. I know Bat in the Sun actually tweeted out something saying early January.
Okay.
I mean, but they also tweeted out its first full issue is going to be at New York Comic Con. So I don't know how to necessarily how much weight to put into that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's still hopeful, still wishful. And,
it's better than radio silence. That's all I got to say.
100% agreed. 100% agreed. But then we heard rumors of the movies getting started, getting filmed. Mm-hmm. Locations have been set. And we got a bunch of ongoings right now, or a bunch. We got a bunch from what we've had this year. So, I mean, EXO, Bloodshot, Ninja K, Quantum and Woody, I mean, and then Shadow Man around the corner. We got some pretty decent ongoing, so sign me up. So
good stuff. So
guys, whatever you're reading, definitely put that in the comments over here or down below. Let us know what you're reading this week. We'd love to hear what you guys are reading. And yeah, and then Danny actually says, anyone know when the Valiant Summit 2018 is coming? I believe that should be more around May. That's when it was last year, I believe. Maybe it was April, but it was after Emerald City Comic Con. So hopefully we'll get some news on that. And we'll cover it. So, but let us know what you guys are thinking, how you guys are doing. Let us know what's on your pull list, what you're reading. And we will see you guys later.
Thanks for watching.
Go check out our friends at Outright Geekery. Check out everything, guys. We appreciate everybody for jumping on. Have a good night.
See you guys.